My sister Emily was 22. From the outside she had it all: 2 beautiful daughters, a fiancé who adored her, a house, and a family that showed up for her every single time she needed us. But behind closed doors, something had been breaking for years. After her first daughter was born, Emily struggled badly. We all rallied around her, and eventually she seemed to bounce back. But something never fully came back with her. She never quite bonded with that little girl the way you'd expect. She'd play with her sometimes, do something sweet here and there, but mostly she stayed distant. Then came her second daughter. This time it was different. Emily became fiercely attached to the baby, overprotective, glued to her side, barely letting anyone else hold her. And with that closeness came a growing impatience toward her firstborn. Then the baby started getting sick. Nothing life-threatening, food allergies, skin issues, but enough to tip Emily over an edge she'd been standing on for a long time. Instead of pulling her closer to us, it pushed her further away. We tried everything. Meals dropped off at the door. Recipes for the allergies. Hours spent watching the kids so she could rest. We begged her to get help. Her fiancé, Daniel, was the most patient person I've ever watched love someone through hell. He worked long hours to keep the family afloat while Emily stayed home with the girls. When she couldn't get out of bed, he didn't yell. He didn't call her lazy or broken. He'd just make her favorite breakfast, sit on the edge of the bed and say, "Come on, let's just get through today together." He wasn't perfect, but he was there. Then everything changed. We found out Emily had been talking to another man, a stranger she'd met online. For about a month, their entire relationship existed through a phone screen. Messages, FaceTime, late-night Xbox sessions. And somehow, that was enough for Emily to decide she was done. She told us she felt emotionally numb, that she needed a break from her life. "I just need some time to myself," she said. Then she left the state. With him, a man she had never stood in the same room with. She left her daughters behind. Daniel didn't fall apart, or if he did, he didn't let it stop him. Within days he was filing for emergency custody. He wasn't going to let his girls get bounced around while their mother figured out her feelings 3 states away. I kept asking myself the same question over and over. How does a mother just leave? Then we found out something that reframed everything without excusing any of it. Years earlier, Emily had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. She'd been in therapy on medication managing it, until she turned 18 and decided she was better and didn't need any of it anymore. No more medication. No more therapy. No more warning signs anyone was watching for. We tried to pull her back so many times. She kept pushing us out. A few weeks after she left, Emily told Daniel he could have full custody. She still wanted to call. Still wanted to visit whenever it suited her. But raising them? That part she was done with. Meanwhile, the man she'd thrown her whole life away for was already unraveling. Freshly divorced, his ex-wife had taken the only car. Still, Emily insisted she'd made the right choice. She even talked about moving back near her daughters, closer to home, closer to the man she'd left behind, while staying with the one she'd left everyone for. But life kept moving without her. Her youngest took her first steps, and Emily wasn't there to see it. Her oldest daughter started smiling more, relaxing, like a weight had lifted off a 3-year-old who was too young to know why she felt lighter. And Daniel, exhausted, heartbroken, still showing up every single day, was becoming the parent both girls needed. He moved his family closer to ours so there'd always be someone around to help. The court granted him emergency custody. The filing said it plainly. Emily had abandoned her children and left the state. 17 days later, she still didn't see it that way. "I didn't abandon them," she told us. "I'm only a few hours away. I call. But calling isn't staying." And she had made her choice the moment she got in that car. More than a year passed, and things only got worse for her. She was still with the same man, in a relationship that had turned controlling, then abusive. They came back to our state for a while, moved in with our parents, refused to help with rent or bills, and eventually got kicked out. They ended up living out of a small camper. Emily eventually admitted he'd treated her badly. But she still couldn't leave. Daniel, meanwhile, had moved on with the girls to build a stable life, working 2 jobs, leaning on family, doing whatever it took. And the girls? They were thriving. Happy. Safe. I still talk to Emily sometimes. Not because I've made peace with what she did. I haven't, and I don't think I ever will. But because some small part of me still can't let go of the sister I used to know. What haunts me most isn't that she blew up her relationship, or even that she chose a stranger over the life she had. It's that she walked away from the two people who needed her more than anyone else on earth ever will. And while she was out chasing a new life with someone she barely knew, the family she left behind quietly figured out how to live without her. Last I heard, she asked Daniel if she could see the girls for a weekend. He didn't answer the message,